Hi. Now we are going to see translate command. Here there are many commands are there, and mostly we are using these commands every time. First we will see the every time using command, then we will see the remaining commands. So translate. So in Mastercam there is no direct copy command. In that place you can see the translate command is available. In the translate command, either you can copy it or move it or join. Suppose if you want to move in distance x direction, how much you want to move. So the question is, you want to move or copy, that you can give. If you say copy means it will copy. If you say 100 mm means it is copied from 100 mm. You can use join also, that it's useful in the wireframe modeling. Okay, so you can give x y also, any direction, and numbers also you can increase. So I have changed two numbers, so the particular rectangle is copied in the two places. If you want to translate in y, x and y together, that also possible. Even you can translate in the z also. Like this you can give the distance and translate. Suppose you don't have the some distance, or otherwise you can translate from one point to another point. That is also possible. That is done by the vector. Okay, so that comes under the vector translator. Even if you want to change the little angle, you can modify, and the distance and angle, length and angle you can modify. If you want opposite side, you can just click it and it will show in opposite. If both the side, if you want, you can switch on both the side. This translate command is versatile, highly used command. So, as I told in the beginning, in Mastercam there is no direct copy command. You come to the translate command and you can use copy or move command. There is one more command is called join command. So now I translate in the Z, and now I copied it. If I switch on the join, then you can see it will automatically make one wireframe model. So this join command is used while you are making the wireframe model. Okay. So this is about the copy, move, join option of the translate. So this is all about the translate command. In the translate there is another translate command is translate to pane. So this second one is the 3D translation command. Okay. So if I want to do any 3D translation, I need one solid model. Now suppose I want to work in the front view, I will go C plane, I will make it front. My Z also I will change it to 0. Okay, I will draw something here in the front. Wireframe, I will make one line here. Okay, we will make one circle here at the center of this. Okay, now I want to translate to this same thing in the top view also. I just kept my Z position above, so I made one line here. So whatever the circle is there in the front view, I just wanted to translate to the top view. So for that reason, that the translate to plane option is used. So first it is asking what you want to translate. Accept. Source plane is front and destination plane is top. With about what it has to rotate. Rotation point. Source plane rotation point is I selected. That destination plane rotation plane I clicked it. Now you can see that it is already translated. You can move or you can copy. It is left to you. So this is the 3D translation. So now we have seen the translate and the translate plane, two options. So next is rotate plane, rotate command. Okay, wherever it's a common 2D rotation, 3D rotation, all the things wherever you want you can use. This is a very useful command. Suppose example you want to rotate this entire solid. So how you are going to uh, so so I want to rotate in top view means C plane top. Now you can see that rotation symbol is going to come. You can hold that arrow and rotate. Otherwise, you can give the rotation angle directly here. If you want to move it. So now I have selected solid. Again, I will select the rotation command entire wireframe, and I will say transform rotate. So you select the rotation point. Okay. So with reference to that point, it will rotate any angle. You can select it and you can give directly the angle of rotation. Like this also you can give. So here also this opposite or both the side all are available. It's similar to previous windows you have seen. Here also this copy, move, join, all three options are available. I will make a new file. I will make one PCD circle. Uh, okay, I will make one circle here and I will rotate this circle. So now we can go here, rotate. We want to rotate, translate, rotate. Okay. Then how many you want? Maybe suppose you want to rotate 8 number. So if you say 8 number means overlap one entity will be happening in the original entity. So now I will number I will make it a 7, but degree I will maintain the same. So now you can say it is copied. So this is the rotation command. So this is the use of the rotation command. So it is not applicable for only 2D. It's wherever 2D or 3D, wherever you want, you can utilize this command to rotate. So suppose this is a rectangle. If you want to rotate, transform, rotate, you select this. So rotation point I don't want from the edge origin. Suppose rotation point you want in center also. So you can switch over the center of rotation and then you can rotate. It is left to you. So you are free to change the rotation point wherever you want, and which is a reference. With that reference you want to rotate, you can rotate. So but here there is no meaning using join command. So while doing wireframe modeling, the join command is mostly useful. Otherwise no. So now we have seen translate and rotate. So next we will see the dynamic translate. It is the one kind of manipulating the thing. So it is having the phenomenon is going to come. That phenomenon, whether you want to rotate or translate or move, copy, all the things you can do. So I kept the phenomenon over there. If you keep in 2D, it will show XY only. If you keep 3D means you can 3D. So the scale is coming, then in that scale you can hold it and stretch it, and you can give the input value whatever the amount of translation you need. In case if you want rotate also, you can do it here. So which axis you want to rotate, that you can hold it and rotate. So this is the a fully flexible translation method, and you should have. So this is the dynamic translation. Okay. So next command we'll see the project command. So project means the whatever the wireframes are there, that may be projected over the solid or surface or some distance. So first let me make some new things here. I have written some name here. So size is 5 mm. So isometric. I have written master cam here. Okay. So now the whole thing I am going to project. Some height I want to project. You can give that height, will project over that height. Or otherwise, if you want to do it on the plane, that also you can project to the plane. You can see Y plane is visible to you. So I made undo. So it went on plane, but it is not rotated. Or otherwise, in the place of distance, you can project on the surface or a solid face. So for that, we'll make one surface now, and C plane I will make it front. I'll go to wireframe. I'll take one spline here, and I'll go to surface, draft surface, and okay, distance will give 100. Okay. So if you see in top view, you can able to see the Now we can make it isometric top. So suppose you want to project something on this surface. So I'll shift my Z to 100 mm. Wireframe I'll go again to the letter, and the same master cam I just want to project over the surface. Okay, so if you see, so it is written in the 100 mm height, and that I am going to project over the surface. I'll go here, project. I select this entity as a window entity, accept, and here I'll select this surface. You can see it is already projected. If you say move, then it is original will be moved over that. This particular thing is mostly used in the 3D engraving applications. You want a letter to be engraved, or images or symbols of a product symbol to be engraved. That time it is very much useful, this particular command. So next is the move to origin. It is a very useful command. So any model or any position it has come, you want to orient with the 0. So Mastercam consider this intersection point is the x0, y0, z0. Okay. Suppose you received one model from the customer. So you received the model in this position. Keep change my z. Now I'll make one more small solid and extrude. I'll say cut option. Through all we make it. Or otherwise a particular depth you want. So like this blind hole I made it. Now how will you position this component 0? So now in that situation you can use the move to origin option. So you can select that edge where you want to make 0, automatically it orient the entire job to the origin. So now if you program it, so x0, y0, z0 is that corner is x0, y0, z0. So this is a very fast method of orienting your job. Okay. The next one is the mirror command. Suppose I drawn one circle and I mirrored about the x-axis and y-axis, or even you can mirror by angular mirror also you can do. And so if you want, you can draw some line and make the some. You need to draw some vector or line here, and based on that line, it will mirror it. Transform mirror. This is a circle about this line. Okay, you can see that the mirroring happened with the line. So like this mirroring you can do it all 2D, 3D, all application. This is the common. Next we are going to see the roll command. It is used some places rolling and unrolling option. Suppose you want to make some fourth axis work. That time this wounding over the cylinder, that situation, this roll and unroll command is useful. I have drawn one line and the length let me make 100 and the angle 45 degree. Otherwise you modify 35 degree. Above that line I want to write something. Uh, Align horizontal, vertical or chain also available. So on that particular line I have aligned it. So whatever thing you are writing, it will be visible to you. Little I will move it, keep it at the center. Okay. Suppose you want to roll and unroll this entire thing. See, or it is wounding over the cylinder. Okay, like a helical groove or that kind of environment. This is much useful. You can select the entire thing by window. Okay, so now you can view the diameter x direction. Now you can see that the entire thing is bounded over the cylinder. Suppose if you want to do it in the y also you can do. Okay, this is the roll and unroll option. So you see in the front view whatever the diameter you have given, based on that it will roll. Yeah, you can unroll also like this. If you receive something you want to unroll, you can unroll it. You can see it is unrolled. But a little there is a positioning issue is coming, that we need to adjust. Something goes here and there. Okay. A little orientation issue is coming. We can definitely modify that also. First we'll try again entire thing. Okay. About the we'll try in the x-axis first. Okay. So now we'll go again unroll. So this entire thing, start point. Okay. Maybe more than one entity. I think it's not coming correct. Okay. And still we need to work out in this to make exact unroll. Okay. So offset entity, this regularly we are seeing it. So by just selecting and giving the distance, I will make one small example here. There are two offsetting. Is there one is the offset single entity, or offset the chain. Both options are available. Indicate direction. So these two options are. So this is the offsetting individual entity and the chain entity. So we have seen almost all the command What is left out is rectangular array, geometry nesting, sketch and scaling. You can see it now only. Sketch generally not be useful much. So how you want to sketch one particular point you want to sketch. Generally sketch will not we never use it. This is the sketch command. Scale. This is we will use it. So you can scale this one. You can give percentage or the uh, okay. I made it 50%. So reference point, whatever you take based on that, it will make the uh, you can take the reference point central. If you take center, that the entire scale on the center based on the center. Or otherwise you can use factor also. Either you can use factor or percentage. Either one you can utilize. So next we are going to see the I made one line. There is an option called distribute. So select the geometry. That's there is a vector. It is asking. I am selecting the line. So it distributes through that line number of entity whatever you are giving. Okay. So what the geometry was selected, it will be distributed over the vector. You can ask one question whether it will work in the straight line only or whether it works in the splines also. So let me check it now. I will make one circle here. So instead of straight line I made it a circle, and I'll make one more circle here. So now we'll see that then the distribution is happening in the circle or not. Now we can able to understand how this distribute will going to work. Base circle I selected. It means it shows vector. Vector in the sense it should be a line. It will not work any other thing. Only on the line this distribute will work. So vector means it need to be in single direction. Okay. So this is the distribution. So if you do it by plane also, in the plane direction it will distribute. Okay. So okay, this is about the distribute. Next is the rectangular array. I selected what one entity and what is the distance. So I will make one small rectangle here, 25, 30. Okay. So now we'll go for rectangular array. Select the entity. So direction 1, number of entities. So direction 1 number of entities. So 5 numbers, distance 25. We can increase little more also. Similarly in the, so 25 is less, we'll make it 50. Okay. So you can see that this is the rectangular array. So you can see both the side, opposite side, and even some entities if you want to remove also, that you can do it. And again if you want reset, you can reset it. So this both the things available on the rectangular array. Last we are going to see the geometry nesting. So where this is used is the sheet metal routing industry, they are using the nesting. The routing mostly in the aerospace body sheet metal routing is generally happening. So uh, it is the sheet metal cutting process. What are all the shapes are there in the shells? Uh, uh, that all the shapes will be arranged in a sheet. Then they will cut the entire sheet by using the uh, uh, routing machine. Okay, so it's a kind of layout. There the number of shapes are. So first of all, you select the geometry nesting. Give the sheet size. If you switch on, you can switch on or switch off create necessary. Otherwise, you can leave it a single sheet. Where you want to add origin and what is the raw material of that material you are going to route. So if you want, you can give margin. It means that leaving that margin, it is going to do the cutting. So if it is more than one sheet means what is the distance between the two sheet. Uh, Grain direction, if you want, you can provide, otherwise no. Grain direction means while a sheet is rolling, that the direction of sheet rolling is called the grain direction. Okay, so based on that, your sheet cutting techniques and load also changes. So where that cutting has to start, that is also you can specify from upper right, or fill direction you can say that calculate. Okay. So this is the base sheet. In that we are going to add the parts. The parts either you can add it as a rectangle or cluster or file or many method. You can input the profiles in the sheet. Otherwise, even if you have a DXF file, that also from AutoCAD, if you want to bring it, that also possible. All the components you can add it here. Here I am not going to go, uh, so I will make a 2 3 example here. I will just close it. I will make a 2 3 clusters here. Component shapes and cluster will make it. One shape. I'll make one small hole here. This one part. Okay, one part. So this is the second part. Actually this part may be a different file or maybe in the different layer you can keep it. So this all are left to you or how you want to make your chain cluster as a component. But in this case I kept everything in the screen because so now I made around 4 parts here. You can make a separate file and save it and you can utilize that is also there. So now I will do one thing. I will put each one in the one layer. So this is the level number 100. This is the part 1. Okay, and switch off that level. And next I will select this entire thing. This is the part 2 level 200. This is part 2. Okay, then this is the part 3 level, we can say 300. So we can name it to part 3. So next we'll select the entire thing and change level to 400. This is part 4. So instead of making separate file, I kept into this layer. So it's up to you. Uh, so it is highly used in the routing industries. Machining outer shells of helicopter or aircraft. All the things done by this nesting only. Now I will reset it again and I accept this. It margin only I will give it. Next I will go to part, right click. I will say cluster, cluster geometry, and I will switch on the layer 1, first layer. Okay, part 1 layer I switch on. I select the entire thing. Okay, how many numbers minimum quantity? Uh, so the filter quantity means this is the minimum quantity I need. If more also you route it. 100 I need it, but even 75 is exactly I need it. If it is comes 100 also it's okay. So part distance you can give it. Next part then add. So chain means single. Cluster means it is more than one chain as a component. Okay. Second cluster we can switch off the first 100 and we will take this second component enter. Okay, this is also 175. I'll accept it. Next add cluster. I'll switch on part number 3. Okay, and this, if you want a quantity, if you want you can modify it. So next cluster in part number 4, window, select start point. Okay, so if you say means you want, you can do the preview. You in the configuration you make it two shape nesting. So this is a smaller part inside the holes in the bigger part that you can modify it. Okay, two shape nesting on. Okay, okay. Now you can preview it, or otherwise you can accept it. So now you can see that it is nested entire 4 parts, and it has given 3 solutions. This is the first solution, this is the second solution, and third solution. Okay, so this is the result. Actually, it shows only one result now, and it left the part number 3 and 4 to make the utilization more. If you am not happy with this, means I will go back. I just modify this numbers, and I will reduce this numbers. So to make utilization bigger level, so it has reduced that other component. So this component I reduced less. Now you can see that. So first of all, you need to give your requirement exactly the quantity and other thing. Based on that, it will. This is the your utilization factor. So this is your nested uh, area. So you can switch off all other thing except the main level. So because it is getting mixed with the layer and other thing. Okay, it's better you can make it a separate file. It will give a good result to you. Okay, thank you. With this, we have seen the transform command. Thank you.